Welcome to another installment of SCSC 681, the highest rated seminar series on West Campus. A lot of people are saying that, believe me. This is a great seminar series. Today, we've got one student whose research is so outstanding, they asked for 90 minutes to present. So we'll see how they can do with that. And to introduce this fantastic product of the department, we have a guest from the past, Dr. Haley Neely. Take it away.
Well, thank you, Scott, for that outstanding introduction. Great to see everybody, at least on Zoom. I can see your little names and all the little boxes on the screen. Today I'm going to introduce Perejitei Bekewe, my PhD student from when I was there, and he's continued his work since Clark and I have left. Clark and I kind of co-advise him along with Jamie Foster. Katie Lewis is also on his committee, and Tom Boughton. He is originally from Nigeria. He got his bachelor's from Earth University, actually in Costa Rica. After he graduated from there in December of 2015, he went to North Carolina State University in Raleigh, where he received a master's degree in crop science, worked a lot in forages. He's been here since January of 2018. He will be graduating this spring semester. And with that, go ahead and take it away, Perry.
So thank you, everybody, and thank you for the introduction. Today, I will be talking about part of my research project titled The Effect of Summer Double Cropping and Reduced Tillage Intensity on Crop Productivity, Soil Physical Properties in Texas. So my research project is part of a bigger project that is still ongoing across 3 states, Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. So we have different experts from LSU, Texas A&M University, and Oklahoma State University that are responsible for different parts of the project. So my research is just part of a bigger project that is going on. I just wanted to mention that before I continue talking about my research. So the motivation of this study is Texas is one of the largest wheat producing states in the United States. However, the wheat production system in Texas depends heavily on conventional tillage and long period of summer fallow, which can lead to long-term soil degradation. While cover crop have been identified as a means of providing soil health benefits, however, it lacks direct economic gain, like the farmer getting back the cost of production like seed, labor, and maybe use of equipment. Double cropping can provide direct economic return. However, in the southern plain, double cropping only double crop 2.1% of their agricultural land, while in Texas they only use 8% of the agricultural land for no-till production, which makes Texas one of the lowest in the country. So the question is why? So some of the potential obstacles are concerned over water availability and nutrient cycling, since most of the production system depends on precipitation and on precipitation rainfall. So if you are going to rotate wheat with a double crop, the concern is where are they going to get the soil moisture? If it's rain, is it going to favor? If it's not going to rain, how are they going to get water? Maybe through irrigation, if you can apply irrigation. The other concern they have about water availability is in the summer, if they rotate, instead of going fallow and they decide to plant a double crop in their system, by the time they return back to their primary crop, will there be enough soil moisture for the primary crop? So this is one of the concerns that producers kind of struggle with. Then another obstacle is identifying suitable crops that can fit into the wheat crop rotation. For example, if you are going to harvest plant your wheat around October, late October, November, December, you will want to include a summer double crop that you can terminate before planting your wheat. So these are some of the obstacles and potential challenges that producers actually face. Then also the uncertainty about grain yield and biomass production. For example, no-till system, there is possibility of having soil compaction or having a lot of residues. And planting through a no-till, sometimes the seed may not be able to penetrate into the soil, like making contact with the soil may be challenging. Also, lack of knowledge in implementing a new management strategy is another obstacle that they face. So this brings us to our objective, which is to evaluate the impact of summer double cropping and reduced tillage intensity on crop productivity in Texas. 2, quantify the effect of summer double cropping and reduced tillage intensity on soil physical properties in wheat-based cropping systems in Texas. So this study was conducted in 3 locations, and each of the locations represent 3 ecoregions in Texas. Beeville has a soil type of Parita sandy clay loam and a rainfall of 81 centimeters, and it is located in the coastal plain. While Lubbock is located in the high plain, and it has a soil type of Olton clay loam, and it has an annual rainfall of 89 centimeters. White Troy is located in the Blackland Prairie with a soil type of Burson clay with an annual rainfall of 89 centimeters. So the treatment and experimental design used for this study was the same in each of the locations. So the treatments were 3 tillage systems, which are conventional tillage, strip till, and no-till. Then 5 summer double cropping system, which were cowpea, fallow, sesame, grain sorghum, and cover crop mixture. The cover crop mixture consisted of 9 different species, which were pear millet, foxtail, peanut, guar, lab, iron and clay cowpea, sunflower, and sun hemp. So this rotation, the primary crop in this study is wheat, an annual wheat. So we consider the summer double crop as secondary crop. So what we are trying to see is if either tillage or summer double crop will have impact on wheat. So that is how the study was designed. Then the experimental design was a randomized complete block split plot design with 3 replications. And we used glimpse in SAS for our statistic analysis. So with some of the parameters that we measured in this study were wheat grain yield and summer double crop grain yield. So for this presentation, I will only focus on wheat grain yield and summer double crop yield. However, we also measured stand count and Hebraic mass. So for wheat grain yield, we use the combine harvester to harvest the grain. While for summer double crop grain yield, we harvested the grains by hand. So some of this, so for soil health parameters, so apart from infiltration, we measured 2 infiltration methods, single ring infiltration and the Cornell infiltration method, but I will be only presenting single ring for this study. We also took carbon measurement and other measurement too, but because of this, for this presentation, I will only focus on the soil physical property aspect of the project. So for infiltration, we use the single ring infiltration method, the NROCS method, and the measurements were taken during the summer after harvesting wheat. And we took the measurement in the conventional tillage and no-till plots. Then for the soil moisture, we use the neutron moisture meter for soil moisture data collection across the 3 locations. And we took measurement approximately every month for the wheat, while for the summer double crop, while for the summer double crop in the summer, we took approximately every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. So results, no, sorry. We also took measurement for soil and wet aggregate stability. So for wet aggregate stability, we took the measurement by collecting soil sample at 2 centimeter depth, 2 centimeter depth, 3 centimeter wide, and 10 centimeter long. So we collected those soil samples, then we took them to the lab, then we used the size of we sieved them through 0.25 centimeter or 0.25 millimeter. Then we use the Cornell Soil Health Institute wet aggregate stability method to analyze the data. So results. First, I'm going to present result for objective 1. How do I? Okay, here we go. So objective 1, wheat grain yield as was impacted. There was year-by tillage interaction at Beeville, and the year-by tillage interaction was due to greater yield for no-till in the year 2020 compared to the conventional tillage. We did not see differences between tillages in the other 2 years, 2018 and 2019. For summer double crop, wheat grain yield as impacted by summer double crop. So there was year-by summer double crop interaction, and wheat grain yield was low for wheat sorghum rotation in the year 2018 and 2019, while it was greatest for fallow in the year 2020. So overall, wheat grain yield at Beeville was inconsistent for summer double crop treatments. Then at Lubbock for tillage treatment, tillage was significant. However, it was inconsistent between years. For example, in the year 2017, conventional tillage had the lowest yield compared to strip till, while in the year 2019, conventional tillage had the greatest yield in the year 2019. Although I would like to mention that in the year 2019, we have to replant the wheat. So we replanted the wheat on February 4. So basically from visual observation, from what I've seen in the past 3 years in this project that I've been here, the stand in the conventional tillage tends to come up first, then the no-till and the strip-till, they come up later. So the differences between the conventional tillage and no-till in the year 2019 may be due to stand establishment and late planting, because it may be that the strip-till and no-till did not come up on time. Also, I forgot to mention that when we planted the wheat for strip-till, we consider it as no-till. So we use the no-till system to plant the strip-till treatment. For summer double crop wheat grain yield at Lubbock, there was year-by summer double crop interaction, and it was low in the year 2017 for wheat sorghum rotation, while in the year 2020, wheat sorghum rotation had the greatest yield. At Trough, wheat grain yield for tillage, where was interaction between year by tillage, and in the year 2016, conventional tillage had the lowest yield, while it has the greatest yield in the year 2019 and 2017. So there again, grain yield was inconsistent across across tillage treatments in trough location. Wheat grain yield for summer double crop in trough. So double crop was significant, and it was significant because we have low wheat grain yield for the sorghum treatment in the year 2018, while fallow had the greatest yield in the year 2020. So in the year 2018, we shredded the sorghum plots. So when we planted, that affected the stand, the wheat stand. So we had a low stand count for sorghum in that year. So that may have been one of the reasons why the yield was low in the year 2018 compared to the other years. So for summer double crop yield, so at Beeville, cowpea grain yield was impacted by by no-till in the year 2016, while we did not see differences in 2017 and 2019. We did not see differences between the tillage treatment for grain sorghum yield, whilst no-till impacted sesame yield, seed yield in the year 2016 and 2017. At Beeville, cowpea and sorghum grain yield were not impacted by tillage treatment, while sesame seed was impacted by tillage treatment, and the impact occurred in the strip till treatment in the year 2016. At Trog, double crop grain yield for cowpea, no-till had the greatest yield in the year 2017, while we didn't see differences between treatment in 2016 and 2019. Then grain sorghum had the lowest yield in the conventional tillage in the years 2019, and there was no difference between the other years. Then sesame seed yield, again, conventional tillage was lowest in the year 2019 compared to strip till. So overall, at Troll location, no-till tends to improve grain yields for each of the summer double crop treatments. So now I'm going to talk about objective number 2. In objective number 2, I'm going to talk about temporal water content, result for temporal water content, infiltration, and wet aggregate stability. So temporal water content at Beeville. So we took a moisture for multiple depth, but 0 to 40 centimeter that we are using here represent where we saw most of the moisture differences in the soil. My primary y-axis represent stored water, while my secondary y-axis represent precipitation and irrigation. Then my x-axis represent time. Then the brown line represent conventional tillage. Yellow is for strip till. Then green is for no-till. Then the breaking lines, the dot lines, is the date when we planted a double crop. Then the line, the longer line, and those ones that break a little bit, then they are long. These ones, that is when we planted wheat, the date we planted wheat. So for tillage treatment, tillage impacted soil moisture at Beeville location, and it was lowest for conventional tillage and greater for strip till and no-till at Beeville location. However, before planting wheat, we did not see moisture differences between tillage treatment for the fall growing season at Beeville. Then for summer double crop soil moisture stored, grain sorghum and sesame had the lowest moisture stored across the whole study. And we saw differences prior to wheat planting in 2 out of the 4 growing season. The first one was here in 2016 when we planted wheat, and sesame and grain sorghum are the lowest moisture stored. Then in the year 2019, prior to wheat planting again, sesame and the sorghum are the lowest moisture stored. At Lubbock, tillage impacted soil moisture, and it was lowest for the conventional tillage compared to no-till and strip-till. And prior to wheat planting, in the year 2016, soil moisture was impacted by tillage, and the impact was due to low moisture for the conventional tillage compared to the strip-till and no-till treatment. While for the summer double crop treatment, soil moisture stored was impacted by summer double crop treatment, and it was low for sorghum in most of the days that we took measurements. And prior to wheat planting in the year 2016, soil moisture was impacted by summer double crop in 2 occasions, in the year 2016 and 2017 wheat planting. Then, if you notice earlier, I mentioned, in my data for wheat grain yield at Lubbock location in the year 2020, sorghum had the greatest yield compared to the other treatment. If I have to think about why, what I can think about is looking at this moisture data between the wheat planting, which was around December, to around May, when wheat was harvested. Grain sorghum had the largest, numerically speaking. Grain sorghum had more water stored compared to the other treatments. Soil moisture content at Troll. Conventional tillage at Troll location had the greater soil moisture stored compared to the other 2 tillage treatments, and the soil moisture did not impact. Tillage treatment did not impact soil moisture at Troll location before wheat planting event occur in the fall growing season. However, summer double crop impacted soil moisture prior to wheat planting in the year 2016, 27 and 2017, and that was due to low moisture stored in the grain sorghum treatment and the sesame treatment. Infiltration. For infiltration treatment at Beeville, there was tillage by year, but there was year by tillage by crop interaction, and the interaction occurred because in the year 2018, no-till cowpea yield was greater, while in the year 2020, no-till cowpea had a low infiltration rate. While at Lubbock, we also found year by tillage and crop interaction. In this location, no-till fallow was greater in the year 2018, while no-till fallow infiltration was low in the year 2020. So overall, infiltration, we didn't see a lot of improvement for infiltration in terms of treatment in this at Lubbock and Beeville location so far. While at Troll location, we didn't see much differences for infiltration in this location as well. However, there was a double crop impacted infiltration rate at Lubbock, and it was greater for fallow treatment in the year 2020, while it was low for cover crop in the year 2020. So wet aggregate stability, we did not see differences across location due to tillage treatment. However, we saw an increasing trend from the year 2017 to 2019 at Beeville and Troll location. At Lubbock, Beeville, and Troll location. Summer double cropping did not impact wet aggregate stability across location. However, we saw an increasing trend from 2017 to 2019 at Lubbock and Troll location, then at Beeville from 2018 to 2019. So if we look at the graph, actually fallow treatment is not different from sorghum that produce a lot of biomass. So what I can think of is there is possibility that the wheat may be playing a significant impact in terms of increasing aggregate stability across the three locations. Because prior to this study, at Troll and Lubbock, it was conventional cotton that that was the cropping system they had before we started wheat double crop rotation. While at Beeville, it was peanut. So it's possible that wheat may be contributing to the increment of the wet aggregate stability over time. So in conclusion for crop yield, tillage impacted wheat grain yield, but was inconsistent across locations and years. Grain sorghum reduced wheat grain yield at Beeville in the year 2018 and 2019. Grain sorghum and cover crop reduced wheat grain yield in 1 out of the 5 years at Troll location. Better stand establishment in wheat by planting into standing stubble, especially in the wheat sorghum rotation, actually improve yield in the wheat grain yield in the wheat sorghum rotation. Tillage impacted double crop yield differently across locations. No-till decreased double crop yield in some cases at Beeville, while at Lubbock we didn't see much of a tillage impact at Lubbock. No-till improved double crop yield in some cases at Troll. For soil physical properties conclusions, tillage impacted soil moisture in all locations, and conventional tillage had least moisture at Beeville and Lubbock, while conventional tillage had greater soil moisture at Troll location. Precipitation event recharged soil moisture prior to wheat planting in most of the wheat planting seasons. Soil moisture was least in sorghum across location, and that may be due to the ability of grain sorghum ability to produce greater herbage mass. So so far, we didn't see strong trend in infiltration data across location yet. Although Beeville infiltration rate was greatest in sesame and least in fallow, Troll infiltration was greatest in fallow and least in cover crop treatment. So tillage and the summer double cropping did not impact wet aggregate stability across a location. Then finally, wet aggregate stability may be increasing over time across location. With this, I would like to thank the USDA, Department of Agriculture, NRCS, and Texas A&M AgriLife Research for providing funds for this research. And with that, I will say thank you and entertain questions.
Great job. Very interesting stuff. You got a lot of data there. Very good study. Questions?
I had a question.
Okay.
So I noticed across, I think, all of your graphs with wheat yield, the yields in 2020 were consistently higher. Was that rain or irrigation, or what happened there?
So what I think is, what I can think about is there is possibility that the system is now getting more established, especially for the no-till system.
All right, thank you. One other question, were you going to do at any time in your project an economics type view of this?
Yes, so Dr. Welch asked a Ph.D. student that is currently working on the economic analysis of the project.
Cool, thank you.
You got a bunch of questions in the chat, but I encourage the people asking questions in chat just to pipe up on the Zoom, and it's more engaging for the rest of the audience, I think. Let's try that.
Hey, Perry, this is Katie. Was there an effect of the summer double crop on wheat yields?
I think sorghum, probably sorghum. Probably sorghum impacted wheat yield in some years, but not in all the years. But if we have to compare, if we are comparing fallow yield, because wheat grain yield in fallow to the summer double crop yield, we didn't see differences in most of the years, except some few scenarios for sorghum treatment, and that was because of either not plant, because they didn't shred. Like for example, at Troy, we didn't shred we shred the plot at Troy in the year 2018. So then when we planted, so the seed did not make contact with the soil. So that resulted to low stand count, and that also resulted in low grain yield.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Perry, this is Megan. The question I had asked in the chat was, and I know it would complicate the study, but if you looked at a combination of the tillage types, like alternating between those tillage types, do you think that might have a greater impact on grain yield? Where, you know, one season you did no-till, one season you did fallow, one season you did conventional. Would a combination of those maybe have a greater impact?
So like what you mean is if we plant with wheat, sorghum, no-till in a piece of land, the following year, wheat, cover crop, conventional tillage on that same piece of land. Like, is that what you mean by the combination, like doing that?
Right, whether you would see, you know, some benefits alternating, whether it's alternating the type of crop or alternating the type of tillage, would we maybe get to kind of a sweet combination that would give you your yield that you're looking for?
I think this project is designed for soil health. While we promote soil health, we also want to make sure that the producers continue to maintain their yield, or like other alternative ways to reduce soil degradation and improve the health of the soil. So that is what this project is focused on. So
Okay.
if we go into like those combination, we are trying to discourage people from doing conventional tillage, like continue to till conventionally, and we are trying to see if it's possible that we can get other alternative ways to minimize tillage. So that is what this project is focused on. But to answer your question, it's possible that that may improve yield, and it's also possible. So it depends on the combination.
Right. Thank you.
More live questions?
Hi, this is Mushfiq, and I have a question on the weight aggregate stability measurements that you did. So the sprinkler that you used in that weight aggregate stability, and so what size fraction of the aggregates did you use in that study? Like you sieved with 0.25 millimeter sieve and then took the aggregates, and how long did you do the sprinkler, and then how much mass is there? That's how you did it?
So yes, so it was 0.25 millimeters. So we calibrated the infiltrometer to 30 centimeter per hour, and we simulated the rainfall for 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, whatever soil that is left on top of the filter paper, we take it to the oven, we dry it in the oven, then we take the difference from the total soil, and we subtract the difference from the total soil and the oven dry soil. That will give us our percentage stable aggregate stability.
Yeah, I got it. And one more following question is that, in both of the like treatments, I think you saw higher weight aggregate stability over the time, like 2017, 18, and 19. And is there any reason that the stability might have increased over the time?
So the only thing I can think of right now, so we have wheat. We planted wheat for 4 consecutive seasons. Then we rotate summer double crop. So we didn't see difference between treatment, like the summer double crop treatment. So see, if we are not seeing difference between fallow and grain sorghum so far after 5 years, and wet aggregate stability is increasing, we have to see the carbon data first, like the carbon data first, to be able to actually tell where the aggregate stability increment is coming. But what I can think of right now is the wheat biomass, average mass may be playing an important role in increasing aggregate stability.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Other live questions?
So just a curiosity, you show a lot of advantages to no-till. What do you perceive the next step to get greater adoption of no-till by our Texas producers to be?
So thank you very much, sir. So this project, like I said earlier, is part of a bigger project. So thank God, the team, they brought different Ph.D. students, and as we are speaking, there are different students that are working on different parts. For example, Maureen Victoria, she's working on communication outreach across Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. So she's gathering data everywhere. And we also did trials, like trials on farm trials, where we try these different rotations in Texas, in Texas, in Louisiana, and Oklahoma. So they have different PhD students that are working on different parts of the project. And we are in good contact with the producers as well. And some of them are so wonderful, they give us part of their land to actually set up trial. And for example, I know of two farmers that are currently, one is in Farmersville, is into no-till now for almost 5 years. And after we planted the wheat double crop rotation, right now is involved in a wheat sesame rotation. Then there's another producer at Tondale, is also into wheat sesame rotation. So we have some farmers that are already adapting, implementing what we are doing, what we did in our research.
Other live questions?
I have a question. I was just curious how common or uncommon it is for no-till and cover crop practices in Texas. I'm in Ohio, and it's pretty much the standard that everyone goes with.
Well, it is. I would say it is very, very uncommon, because double crop is like less than 3% in Texas. Then no-till adoption is like 8%. So it's very low here, and that is why we are trying to get this data out there to see if these practices can be implemented with time in Texas.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
Live questions? Live? Well, you might want to look at the chat, Perry.
Okay, how do I look
It's
at
at the
this?
bottom of the screen. It'll say chat. There's a little button there right beside participants.
Yeah.
You click that, and then it'll open a chat window over on the underneath the participants. Do you see it?
Yes, I saw. There's one. Was the depth of sample? So the depth of aggregate stability sampling was 2 centimeters. And did you look relation? No, I did not look relation to organic matter yet, but we collected soil sample for carbon, 2 carbon and 2 nitrogen analysis. In 20.
I can, or let's ask Tia's question. I'll ask it. Great presentation. You mentioned that you had to replant the wheat in 2019 in Lubbock. What happened to it that forced you to replant?
Okay, so the first time we planted, we didn't have good stand. So we didn't want to like just go empty-handed in that year. So we decided to replant again.
Why do you think the stand was poor the first planting? Did the birds eat your seed?
Well, that is possible, but
Yes, that's what happened.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Professor Lewis, for bailing me out.
You're welcome.
Jake asks, what led to greater water infiltration in 2020 relative to previous years?
Good question. Well, it was not in relative to previous years. So, for example, at Beeville, at Tro, I forgot to mention, some of the factors that influence infiltration rate, increasing infiltration rate, can be like having earthworm or microbial activities, in the soil. So right now at Tro, we have more earthworm, like as I'm talking to you, like a lot of earthworm that are present there. So if you have a channel system that kind of creates an infiltration pattern, so that helps to increase infiltration. So for now, I can't tell, but it is possible that after 5 years of study, there are possibility that we are doing the right thing, and that may be increasing infiltration rate at Lubbock and Bevel, at Lubbock and Tro, sorry.
Very good. Mesut asks, thank you for the presentation. Well, that wasn't a question, that was a comment. That was a compliment. If you mentioned it, I might have missed it. You made soil moisture measurements bi-monthly in double crops, monthly in wheat. Why did not you make measurements at more frequent intervals? Was it because it would not vary much in moisture values?
So wheat, so the reason why we didn't measure is that in wheat is like frequently is in the summer double crop, the usage of the water is more, like they use a lot of water, while in wheat, during the vegetative part, so vegetative part, reproductive period, so they don't, so the trend is different. The moisture usage in wheat is during the vegetative period and when it is flowering or produce a seed. So it was not as intense as that of the summer double crop. So that was why we measure once in every month.
Excellent. So that's it for that. Any other live questions? I got
Yes.
one.
Yes, lots of migratory birds going through Lubbock. Yeah, that is true. Like every time that they stay on top of the roof and this like they are waiting for us.
Yeah,
they
they're
come
smart.
there, then they just start eating the grain sorghum and wheat. So
They like a free handout. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Now, here's my question is, with the double crops, did you do any kind of economic analysis? I mean, did one pay better than another?
So I didn't do economic analysis, and the reason why I didn't do that is because they already hired another PhD student that is going to work on all the economic analysis for the whole project.
Okay.
So,
but say you're a wheat farmer, pick any of those locations. Which double crop? I'm assuming you're going to grow a double crop. Which
Yes.
one would you grow?
I will do no till for wheat, and I will strip till sesame and strip till sorghum
Okay.
in the summer. Like in the summer, I will plant a strip till.
Yeah.
Then for my wheat primary crop, I will plant no till. So I will use sesame and sorghum rotation
Very good.
because
Any other?
that is going to I'm going to like the yield I'm going to make from the wheat. I will be able to make from sesame seed yield and also from sorghum grain yield. And I may also have biomass that from the sorghum that can be incorporated back into the system.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Any other questions?
So how would that change if the farmer decided it was more economical to graze cattle on his wheat than to let the wheat grow? How would that change things?
Like instead of if you decide to graze cattle on the
Right. So because sometimes they'll decide that it's not even worth it to finish growing that wheat out, and they'll just graze cattle on the wheat field because of
Yes.
the for economic reasons they'll do that.
Well, I think so. We have, in Texas, if I'm right, close to 40%. If I'm right, I have to double check. Of the wheat is used for forage, grazing. So I think there are some producers that plant wheat basically for grazing, for grazing and hay. So if that is what they are doing, then they can graze. After grazing, then I can come back and plant sesame or sorghum. But the problem with that is my concern will be, we have cattle, so soil compaction, may increase, versus if I just have to plant wheat in no-till and strip-till. So my concern is going to be soil compaction. But for economic reason, we have to see the numbers. I don't have the numbers, so I cannot say if that is going to if that is better than the other one. So we have to see the estimate. Do the economic analysis to take that decision.
Great, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Other questions? Going once? Going twice? Sold. All right. Thank you again, Perry. Thank you for your nice presentation. And the rest of you, and Perry as well, you know the drill. Same channel, same time next week for another installation.
Thank you.
See you all next time.